Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Chocolate is Natural, and I want to do an update on my 31 through 35 week update. And I'm going to try to make this video as fast as I possibly can because I don't feel like editing for a very long time. So at 31 weeks, I weighed 155 pounds. At that point, I had gained 29 pounds. Before I got pregnant, I was 126 pounds, and I'm 5 feet 1 inches. At 32 weeks, I would get full like really fast. I caught a cold. My nose was running. I was sneezing. At 33 weeks, I started getting night sweats. And these night sweats were horrible. I would go to sleep, wake up, my shirt would be drenched, my panties would be drenched, and you know what that means? Lots of moisture is taking place. So with all of that moisture, I had gotten a yeast infection. Ugh. So to be pregnant and in your 8th month with a yeast infection, that's like no. And I can't do yeast infection creams because, for one, they make me bleed. They make me start my cycle. So being pregnant, I didn't want that to happen because I already have a polyp, and the polyp makes me bleed. The polyp is on the outside of my uterus, and so it makes me bleed. So I did the natural remedies. So I had the 100% cranberry juice, unsweetened, no sugar whatsoever. This is the kind that is nasty and bitter. It is disgusting, but I put that in my bottled water, and I mixed it with water, and it all depends on how strong I want it. Sometimes I wanted my cranberry juice to be strong, so I added a lot of cranberry juice along with my water, or I added just a little bit of cranberry juice with a lot of my water. It just all depends. I was also eating raw garlic because it has antifungal properties. I was eating unsweetened coconut yogurt because I'm lactose. I can't do milk. So unsweetened coconut yogurt, plain, with no sugar, no nothing, the nasty kind. And I was also taking probiotics. So I was doing all of that to get rid of the yeast infection, and it works. You just have to be very consistent with it and do it every day. And I would eat like garlic cloves when I was having a meal because the garlic is so strong, and it's like, you know, it kind of like burns when you just eat it straight. So that was that. What else happened during the 34 weeks? My appetite increased during that time, which is good. Also, when I went to my specialist, she measured the baby, and she was 5 pounds and 3 ounces at 33 weeks. And I noticed that I walked slow. If I had to pee, it was so hard for me to walk. Like, my husband would have to help me to the bathroom because it was so hard to walk. And I guess because she was pressing on my bladder, and it just made it difficult to walk. Now, as soon as I peed, I was able to walk at a normal pace. But for some reason, and this is still to this day, for some reason, if I have to pee, it's hard for me to walk. It is painful and difficult for me to walk. My stomach has been very tight lately. Very tight. My hands and feet, they swell. The bottom of my belly is heavy. Sometimes it's not. So I guess it all depends on what position she's in. I have to wear my pregnancy belt. Have to, because it helps with all this stretching that's going on with the stomach, and then with my back aches. My back is just like, ugh, back just kills me. I'm reading my notes that are on my phone. That's why I keep looking down. So at 34 weeks, I was doing good with the healing of the yeast infection. You know, that just takes time for it to go away. But you know, you do the natural treatments consistently every day and it will eventually go away. I noticed that I was spotting more in 34 weeks and I was having contractions. So I thought I was. And let me tell you what I did. I was being hard-headed, not being on bed rest like I was supposed to. And since I was being hard-headed, on Monday morning, I started having some pains. Like, they were light contractions. But when I went to my doctor, he said, you're not having any contractions at all. You're just going through pains. And I had my diaper bag packed. I had my hospital bag packed. I called my husband and was like, hey, come back home, because he was almost at work. He had just left for, almost made it home, almost made it to his job. And I was like, come back home, I'm having pains. And the what I thought were contractions, I started timing them at 7:10. They didn't stop until like 8 o'clock. And I was like, ooh, let me hurry up and get in the shower because I'm not going to this hospital smelling. So I jumped in the shower, talked to my doctor. He told me to come in. So my doctor checked me and he was like, you're not having contractions. Your cervix is still closed. You're not dilated. You're not doing anything. So then he started probing, asking questions. Have you had sex? No. Where have you been? That's when I started laughing. And then that's when my husband started telling on me. So needless to say that my doctor, he fussed at me. And he said, when I tell you bed rest, that is what I mean. Bed rest. So I had to be obedient. He was like, look, honey, you are 34 weeks. I'm glad that you made it to 34 weeks. But if we deliver her at 34 weeks, she's going to be in the NICU for 2 weeks. Do you want that? No, doctor, no, I do not want that at all. So he was like, look, you need to stay on bed rest. Give me 2 more weeks. I just need you to stay in the bed. So basically what happened was I didn't have any choice. The way she was positioned made me stay off of my feet. Like I could not walk. She was so heavy, like she is right now. So heavy that I just stayed in the bed. Didn't do nothing. But that's what I was supposed to be doing in the first place. I also noticed that I get hungry. I was hungrier in the 34th week. I weighed 158 pounds. I had to just stop being so dang hard-headed. That's what I had to do. The baby is very active. She moves all the time. All the time. She is always constantly moving. When she hears her daddy's voice, she is like just you should see my stomach just going, just moving, just doing all kind of stuff. She knows her dad's voice. Sometimes if I don't feel like being bothered, and if he comes into the room, I make him whisper or do some sign language or something, because these movements of hers, they hurt. I'm not even gonna lie. They hurt. It's to the point now, it just hurts. So now, let's go to 35 weeks. So the night sweat stopped. I forgot to tell you that. The night sweats only lasted for like a week, thank goodness. But at 35 weeks, I have, I'm just so tired, y'all. I ain't ready for this baby to come out. I went to the doctor today. I went to see my specialist because I am high risk. I'm 39 years old. This is my first pregnancy and I have all these fibroids. So I went to the specialist today and the specialist said that the baby weighs 5 pounds, 11 ounces. She said that her growth has slowed down a little bit since I last saw the specialist 2 weeks ago. She is concerned with the amount of urine that is in this inside, and she just said the baby has just been peeing a lot. And she kept asking me if I'm a diabetic. Are you a diabetic? Are you a diabetic? I'm like, no, 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 no. I'm not diabetic. So she said the only thing it concerns with me is that, you know, you could rupture. I'm like, well, I'm having a C-section at 38 and a half weeks. So she said, okay, that's good. Other than that, everything is going fine. When I went to the doctor, I had lost a pound, then I gained a pound back. So I'm back at 158. No, 59, 58. Yeah, 158 pounds. And everything is going well. I'm just, I get really tired. It's exhausting just to get up and walk and take a shower. I'm tired getting dressed. I'm just tired. And I'm in a lot of pain. It feels like she just stretches, and it's like it just feels like my stomach just cannot stretch any longer. It feels like I have been stretched out to the max, and I still got more growing to go. These moles that are on my neck and on my face, they have grown so much since I've been pregnant. After I deliver, I'm getting the moles that's on my face and on my neck removed. I'm so sick and tired of looking at these things. They look gross. They've gotten so big. I'm also gonna get rid of this one too, because this one, it just keeps getting bigger and bigger. The belly. Here's the side of the belly. And she's moving right now. I don't know if you can see. But there she is. She's a big girl. And we just love her so much already. And we can't wait for her to make her debut. And I really can't wait because I'm 35 weeks, y'all, and I'm uncomfortable. Very. I'm tired right now doing this video. All right, y'all. Bye-bye.